All right, what is up, everybody? Coming back at you with another video on the channel. And as you can see, we have got ourselves another divo knife. Of course, divo knives being ran by Kevin and Colin. Kevin runs the very popular YouTube channel Lefty EDC. So I have had a couple of their knives now. This is my fourth one. So, you know, they started out, the one that started it all was the Stout V1, Divo Knife Stout. This was OEM'd by QSP. Great design, you know, decent execution. QSP isn't the best by any means. Next knife I got from them was the Divo Knives Mash V1. This was the very first drop at Blue Creek Knives. After that, I lied, I have four. The Divo Knives Buzz, OEM'd by Best Tech. Fantastic execution here, as well as a great design. I absolutely love this knife. One of my favorites. Now more recently, we have got the Growler V2. The V1 had micarta. It was that was kind of, you know, in his earlier stages. So we got the Growler V2 done by Kubi. Very well done here. Obviously a reverse flake knife. Kevin has done all sorts of releases now. He did the Lush, and then he did this, the Divo Knives Mash V2.5. So I showed you the V1. They did a V2, which was pretty similar to the V1. Now this V2.5 really takes it up a notch. So with that being said, let's get into the knife. V2.5 flame tie, belt satin, 154 cm blade. And here is the knife. So we'll set this down here, get this box out of the way. Take a quick look around here. So this is the flamed titanium version, obviously. I love a nice flame tie knife. Now, one downside with flame tie, it scratches very easily. You can see right here, pretty decent scratch, obviously around the clip. You know, that's one of the downsides with flame tie. Scratches very easily. Looks great, scratches super easily. But, you know, I like this version the most. After getting the carbon fiber Growler, I definitely wanted to go titanium. Carbon fiber is nice. Titanium, it's just got a different feel to it. If you've had both, you understand. It just feels a little more solid. So this was a White Mountain Knives exclusive. This dropped at $149. And for what you're getting here, and Kubi really stepping up the game recently, I think that's a great value for this knife. So let's go over everything. You've got this beautifully done, hand ground, hollow ground, belt satin, true belt satin. So the V1 here, this is a machine satin. Obviously this one's scratched up. I've used it quite a bit. The Growler V2, another machine satin. Another comparison, Vosteed, machine satin. So this is a true belt satin, and Kubi did really, really good on this. You've got your horizontal satin flats. You can see here, looks great with the vertical belt satin blade. This is a hand done hollow grind, and it is done pretty deep. If I can get this to focus. No? Okay, great. Pretty deeply done. Very well done on the grind, nice and straight there. Up near the top, obviously we have got the wire pocket clip on this knife. I do have this RGT milled tie clip on my Penguin that did not fit the V1. It would not fit. I actually haven't tried to put it on this V2 yet. I may do that later, now that I'm thinking about it. So 7.5 inches overall, I think 3.25 on the blade right in there. 154 cm on the blade steel versus 14C 28N on the V1. He also did the 154 cm here on the Growler V2. So a good step up in blade steel. The V1s I think were 130 and the V2s were 150 on these. You get the flame tie. Now these have full titanium hardware, which is awesome. There's a lot of high-end knives. You would just kind of assume you get titanium hardware, but they just don't do it. I don't know. So full titanium hardware. It is a steel wire pocket clip, obviously. You get these beautiful satin titanium pivot collars. You've also got this, I really like this touch. I'm struggling to focus here. This satin full titanium back spacer. I really like the pop of the satin back there, especially with the pivot collars. Very nice looking. So overall, this is a fantastic looking knife. The belt satin blade, amazing flame tie with the pivot collars. Everything just ties together really well. So you've got a steel liner lock. What is going on with my focus here? Sorry. Steel liner lock. So it's just kind of a pocketed liner lock. There's a small steel insert that comes down, sits on the inside. Your show side has no steel liners, so just a very small piece in there. You can see the lock up here. I'm about to throw this camera away. Lock up here, fully locked up on the lock bar, probably what, 50% overall. Great lock bar access here, so you can get in and grab that lock bar, no issues. Centering, pretty spot on. I have disassembled this knife, so it was perfectly centered before that, so if it's off now, that's on me. Action. Detent is amazing. Nice and stout, not too strong, so obviously your only deployment method is the reverse flick or the thumb flick. Either one works fantastic on here. Running caged ceramic bearings, and just a really well done knife. So for me, this is kind of breaking the barrier of budget knife and a premium knife. You know, 150 mid price range, about the same as a Benchmade bug out. You get the 154 cm blade steel, full titanium scales, hardware, pivot collars, back spacer. It's got everything a premium knife has. You know, like let's compare it to the Winter Blade Co. Factor. This will be a size comparison as well. 7.2 inches on the Factor, 7 inches overall here on the Mash. But yeah, you know, you're looking at $400, titanium scales, maybe titanium hardware. The only difference between this knife and a $400 knife is M390 blade steel. And, you know, fit and finish. But Kubi on their fit and finish on this knife, top notch, guys. Absolutely top notch. So let's get an OG V1 Growler in here. Kind of see the differences. Main differences: belt satin blade, blade steel, and the pivot collars is a big one. You know, small changes. That's why it's the 2.5, not the 3. But I think the little touches add a lot to the knife here. Bring it in with the buzz. Now, funnily enough, the buzz costs twice as much, more than twice as much. OEM by Bestech. You can see both belt satin. Fantastic knives, pretty much the same exact size. We'll even move the Stout V1 in here. So all pretty much the exact same size, right at that 7.5 inch mark. which is generally a little, you know, I'm more 7.8 to 8. But as you can see, very generous finger choil on pretty much everything. And with the growler, not really a finger choil, but it's so neutral. I can get a full 4-finger grip and even have some left. You can choke back here on just the flats or choke up right there. Plenty of room. Same thing on the buzz with the finger choil. You can get up in there. So he does really good on his designs of maximizing ergos for the space you have. Overall though, I absolutely love this knife. I like it so much, I wish I bought 2. Seriously. The other options, there was a carbon fiber option, and there was a bronze titanium scales with a black wash blade option. There's also a blade binge / knife cell exclusive, blacked out with like teal pivot collars and backspacer. Kind of wish I had got that one, but you know, as much as I love my V1, you know, you could tell it's sort of a budget knife. This knife is seriously on another level in comparison to the V1 and probably the V2. Kubi just absolutely killing it with this thing. Doing really, really good. Hopefully he does another run of these. If he does, I will surely grab one again. So these sold out in about 5 minutes. I think he had around 500 total. So very popular knife for him. Really dig it. So I got this in a week or 2 ago. It took a little bit to make this review. Been carrying it, fidgeting with it. Absolutely love the knife. So now with that being said, you know, I was showing the Stout V1. The Stout V2 dropped Friday, February 23rd on White Mountain Knives and Traditional Pocket Knives, aka C. Reisner Cutlery. There was less than 80 total dropped. He did a pre-order on that knife. It was pretty expensive. Retail is $375. So we didn't get a ton more. But I was able to get a purple haze, carbon fiber, belt satin. I could have got the lefty model, but I'm so used to right-handed knives. An actual lefty knife kind of throws me off, as crazy as that sounds. I've just got muscle memory in on a right-handed knife. So I went with the right-handed version, plus if I ever needed to resell, which I doubt I will. But those are OEM by Best Tech and Vanex Super Clean Purple Haze. Just absolutely amazing looking knife. Can't wait to get that in. Should be here Monday, so I'll get another video on that out soon. Check out my channel for hundreds of other videos of other knives that are all mine. I appreciate you guys watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out some other videos. Tune in for future videos. I appreciate it, and have yourself a great day.